Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys also subscribe if you're on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel where you get future alerts of these future podcast episodes that's coming. If you guys are listening in, make sure you download on my site, whether you're listening in on iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, wherever. I appreciate you guys listening to my podcast show, where go ahead and hit that download button where you get the episodes that are either now, and you also get the episodes that are either in the future. Okay, so if you guys are watching it on YouTube, I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to go through these slides, I'm going to read them, then I'm going to answer them on this first episode. Okay, if you guys are listening in, what I'm doing here, I'm reading these slides and then I'm going to answer it. But one thing I'd love for you guys to do, especially if you're listening in and trying to get positive information while you headed to work or working out or whatever, somehow you came to this show, you got to this show, and I appreciate you guys listening in to my first episode. But I'm going to read this slide, and it's a question that I'm going to ask myself and answer, and it's also a question once I read it and you listening to it, and you guys that are watching on YouTube, ask yourself that question. Okay, so here we go. Why did I create this type of real estate investing podcast? I'm going to answer that. I'm going to cover the following. Why did I create, once again, this real estate investing podcast? Okay, so it's overall, you'll understand why. Okay, so who am I? I'm going to go over that question, then I'm going to ask that question. Who am I? What thoughts get you leaping out of the bed in the morning? Same thing, you should ask yourself that question if you're watching this. Same thing, you should ask yourself that question if you're listening in. So, what thoughts get me leaping out of the bed in the morning? The thoughts get me leaping out of bed, especially when you're in the momentum or you that time and you got that flow going in your life, or you're going on your journey, because I feel like this is a journey. Life is a journey. These are things that you overcome to become. So what gets me leaping out of bed in the morning? I'm a man of action. I'm a man of plan also, which leads further to other episodes. I like to design the night or the day or during the day or what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan your target your plan. I like to make action to get momentum. So what gets me up, leaping out of the bed in the morning, is progress. I'm so excited what's about to happen during the day, because life is too short. I'm at that age when they say life is too short. Remember, people my age, we used to hear that when we were young, but we're not that young at this time. We're progress. We're growing older. If you got the young cats, the young pups, or the young ladies and gentlemen listening to this, and ladies and gentlemen watching this, life is too short. So do what you do. Progress. So that's what gets me leaping out of the bed in the morning. Now, to say the least, my motivation is my daughter. I'm so proud of my daughter. I thank God for my daughter. I thank God for her mother. I thank God for her surrounding friends and family that helped me lead her and build and mold her, because I didn't do it all by myself. Okay, me and my daughter's mother, we call our daughter, a hybrid baby. That's a kind of like a different note, because we're different. I'm the hyper person. I'm the entrepreneur person. I'm the one that have molded my life in a different way, just to get on a personal note. Compared to her mother is so aggressive also. She just goes by a different way, which our daughter has our traits, our ways, but it's a little bit 3 times more above than us. But that's a little bit on that. I don't want to get too deep in there, because this podcast is not about this. This is the first episode where you know some things about me. I can go over and over about that question, but I just want to progress, because I want to talk about investing and also life moments, what you go through life. This is a journey. People don't realize that. Young people, you're going through a journey, so do what you can do to progress and momentum to build. So when you start getting that thought, as it says here, what thought gets you leaping out of the bed in the morning? That's what gets me leaping out of bed in the morning. But I go by the four, I apply and work on the 4 F's of success: faith, fitness, family and friends, and finances. Get up with faith, meditate, give him praise, or whoever, your Allah, whoever it was, or your yoga. You gotta meditate. You gotta clear your head and have a focus, have a vision of what you want to do in the next few moments, the next few hours. At the end of the day, that's what you do. So faith, have faith, but you give praise for your faith, as we say before. Now it's fitness. When you fitness, I do the same thing. Meditating on a treadmill. I'm focusing. I'm clearing my head. I'm focusing on my head. I'm getting my head prepared, my mind, and my body prepared for that day, the next few moments. I get in the flow. Now, I want to keep the flow going by being surrounded by positive friends and family. Maintain that during the day, especially in the morning when you're beginning your day, okay? Then, as far as the finance, I take care of all the 3. That's going to help me get to the 4th, which is finance. So keep maintaining, doing what you're doing, especially if you're new beginners in investing. You got to surround yourself around positive friends and family. You got to keep yourself fit. You got to meditate on how you have overcome. That's why they call it praise. You give thanks for the past, and you pray for the next few moments after you finish your prayer to move on during the day. But anyhow, I can go on with that too. So I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to cover the following: who am I? So the next question would be, what do you do best? Ask yourself a question that, if you're watching this, ask yourself that question if you're listening in while you're driving or however you listen to the podcast. Appreciate it. So what do you do best? And name a skill that comes to you naturally. A skill that comes to me naturally is a skill of progression, man. This constant flow. I don't quit. I guess endurance. I can't. The skills. I'm definitely a good marketer. I definitely know how to get people to one point to the next. So that's no problem. Name a skill that comes to you naturally. I'm a bonder. I think I got a skill of bonding and tying people together, networking, moving. Or if you want to call it, that's a hard thing to think of. It's my own question that I added onto the slide that I wanted to get through, but that's a deep question. Actually, you guys are watching on YouTube. You ask yourself that too. What do you do best? Name a skill that comes to you naturally, and you answer that. Write that down. If you guys are listening in, what do you do best? And name a skill that comes to you naturally. What comes to me naturally, I'm a stepper. I don't like to sit down. I love progress. I like to make steps. That's why I call it perfect doing. I don't do perfect. I believe in perfect doing. While you're trying to figure out 1 or 2 ways to get just one thing done, I done did 2 to 4 things. I may have failed temporary, but I kept going. Now I got some type of momentum. Now I got a design with a plan to get going, progress. While you figuring it out, I done made 2 or 3 steps. So I figure that's my skill. And I love tracking. I love progress, ongoing. So that's the answer to that question. What do you do best? Next question was, once I get there, what do you do best? My why. So this is going to be a question for you guys, again, that are listening in, and you guys that are watching in on YouTube or however, Facebook, watching this video. So here's the question: why? Why did I create this type of real estate investing podcast, primarily for real estate investors interested in wholesaling, business leadership, and personal development? So if you listen to that question, that's for anyone that's listening in, whether you're in personal development, you don't have a business, whether you're business leadership, you have a business, but you want to learn how to overcome, how to do investing in yourself, investing in your business, investing in personal development, investing in real estate, investing in stocks and bonds, whatever. Why did I create this type of real estate investing podcast, primarily for real estate investors interested in wholesaling, business leadership, personal development. I created this type because it's a journey of life, and on the real estate investing deal section of these type of podcasts, people listen to the after effect, or people listen to the people that are on at late nights that really don't give you the whole deep steps or method it takes to invest, to make that money. They don't give you the outcome, or they don't give you the steps or what it's going to take, or they don't get you prepared for what you're gonna do if someone says no, or your plan doesn't work at that time, or people don't give you input of if things doesn't happen in your personal development of life, of growing. People don't give you the input or the output or the real information about business leadership, how it's times leaders, they need someone to lean to or talk to express what they're going through for the people that are under them, or the people that expect them to guide them. Same thing with personal development, mothers, fathers that are leaders, or they're over their kids, So same thing in wholesaling. This group here, primary, is new investors, or those who are investing but are not getting to the next level they want to. This is the purpose of this type of real estate investing, which is primary for beginners, or those who are interested. And it's also for, why I did this for, is for life issues. And people don't realize it's for those who realize that you're going through a journey, that are aware that you're going through a journey, whether through life or investing. But they teach you, or you hear stories from me, or you hear stories from people that I have on here that teach you or tell you how they overcame to become, or if you want to do it this way, overcome, how you can overcome to become. That's why I created this, okay? I want to listen to podcasts that about personal development, business leadership, wholesaling, things that you're facing that I feel that is important in order to live life to the fullest, and in order to have more choices than problems. But once again, let me progress, because I get passionate about some questions that just hits a bell. But I want to make this first episode that you guys are watching, I want to just give you basically who I am, what I am, and what to look for in the future once you continue listening in or watching this YouTube, or listening in to these type of podcast episodes that I'm going to present to you. Okay, so the next question is, I'm going to cover the following. I'm going to call this question here. It says, how will these types of podcast episodes improve my life? So I'm going to read that, and I'm going to go a little bit depth on there. It helps improve your personal development, your business skills, and personal portfolio skill or mind thoughts throughout your journey of life. As I said previously, this is a journey of life. Life is too short, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to surround yourself around the right people. If you had I'm gonna go a little bit deeper on some episodes about if your last day on this earth, you became 100 years old over one day over your birthday, and you knew that time that let's just say in 10 hours you're about to pass away. Now sit down and imagine how much percentage did you play around, and how much percentage did you enjoy and complete and felt like you had a fulfilled life before that's your last time on this earth to go to the next level. Think about that. Did you have an awesome person? Did you develop yourself personally? Did you have an awesome skill for your business, that it was progressing, where your business was working for you instead of you working for it in time? Did you have a personal lifestyle with friends that were like-minded, or family that was like-minded, that was there to support you while everything was down? Or were you that person where you was, I did a post earlier this morning too on Facebook, were you the four people? Were you the player, out of the 100%? Were you 75% the player, surrounded around players, or you was that 25%, the wanderer, always wondering about life, didn't want to make that step? So that's something you to think about. That's something that I'm going to repeat this, and you think about it. If you guys are listening in, you think about that if you guys are watching. How would this, if you're listening into this podcast and you watch this podcast, how would these type of podcast episodes improve your life? Will this help improve your personal development, your business skills, and personal portfolio skills, or your mind thoughts through your journey of life? Will you surround yourself? Will you start, if you start applying this and listen to experts, or listen to my experience and applying it to your experience to develop it, will it improve your life? That's the reason. That's the purpose of that question. So if you listen to this, that's the purpose. It's a journey. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you some advice to apply and follow, or your choice. I'm going to have experts here listening in, okay, to help you guys listen in on how they overcame to become, or how to overcome to become. Either one. I want you guys to listen to that, what I'm saying. How to overcome to become in life or business. That's basically what this is. These are about journey. This I'm going to talk about on podcasts, how to overcome the journeys. I'm going to have people online that talk about how they overcame their journey to become where they are now, successful, okay? And what their goals are, okay, and how to apply it, okay? So I'm gonna go over that. So the question is it worth listening to our podcast episodes? Okay, let me ask you that question once again. Is it worth you not having enough money, time, opportunity, freedom, and glory? One more time. If you guys are listening to the podcast while you're driving or just working out, however you listen to this podcast, I'm gonna ask you that question. You guys that are watching on YouTube, I'm going to read this. Ask yourself that question. Is it worth you not having enough time, money, opportunity, freedom, and glory? Think on that, okay? So, before I end this first episode, I'm going to set your mindset for the next 4 episodes tied to this series of 5, okay? So, on episode number 2, I'm going to talk about the 4 D's to start and run a successful business, by which I'll be talking about letter number 1 of the D is what I call design. Okay? So, thanks for listening to our first episode of the Nicholas Brown Podcast Show. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Take care.
Thanks for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, www.nickbrowninc.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like this show and you are a new real estate investor, then check out one of Nicholas's free reports called the Wholesale Dominator Report, also located on our website, www.nickbrowninc.com/free reports. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.